As a spiritual leader, my day begins in prayers and meditation. In my prayers, I ask our Creator for protection, protection of my faith community, our neighborhood and surrounding area, our state and nation, as well as for the protection of my family. Every day, I must listen to the news to be able to gauge the risks and to better understand what our next steps have to be. Every day I receive phone calls and emails from people that are in need of some kind of help and prayers, often because a loved one has contracted the virus and is hospitalized or has died. It is not easy to confront these daily challenges without being emotionally or spiritually involved, often taking a beating, especially spiritually. The message that no one is safe other than the people that had COVID-19 and were cured from it can be a heavy burden to carry. Knowing that our families still have somehow to make a living and yet make it through this pandemic can put much emotional, spiritual, and physical stress on people. Let me say this to you, my sisters and brothers. Crisis has been part of life as long as we can remember. Crisis just does not always happen to us. Now, as it is in our own backyard, it seems to be so much more powerful. It might feel as COVID-19 hits home like nothing else ever before. We have to make a conscious decision to not accept our new situation and to try to fight our way back to the old known ways, or to accept this crisis as the major challenge it presents to us. Fighting your way back to the familiar will exhaust all your energy into the past, into something that is already gone. The word fighting already tells us that there must be an enemy to fight with, that there will be bloodshed. Beloved, we must not approach this crisis in this way. Let us not approach this crisis with the picture of an enemy in mind, even though that is the mood our ancient brain, our fight or flight system might put us into. And yes, there is much experience of sorrow, pain, grief, and even death of loved ones involved that leads us to want to approach this pandemic with a fight. However, that is not a good choice. I invite all of you to accept this COVID-19 crisis as an opportunity for transformation and change. The present is where we live now. It is this situation that, if we accept the challenge, will lead us to better grounds, so to speak. Right now, this crisis is pushing us out of our comfort zone into the unknown, an unknown that provides us with an opportunity to create a new known. Let us be clear. Many things that we are doing in society are things we just adopted from someone that has done it before us. The familiar saying, "We have always done it this way," might come to mind. Well, just because we always have done it the old way might not always be the best way to do things. Our challenge is to evolve in situations like this crisis. And we will. There's no doubt in my mind that we will come out of this pandemic in a new and better way. We all have what it takes to transform this daunting crisis into something better for ourselves, for our children, and for generations to come. One of the oldest texts available to us, hence Scripture, states that weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. I'm already rejoicing in the glorious time when we will look back and know that our strength as a community has provided us with the encouragement and power to rise above these rather painful occasions. I'm filled with hope for humankind to see the learnings from this COVID-19 pandemic to be applied into daily life. I'm filled with hope for you and I. Life has changed. One first observation that we all might take away from this crisis is that from now on, we will never treat each other as we did before. We will start anew by being present with each other, focusing on each other's needs and desires, and most of all, we will begin to cherish the time we spent together, as it would be our last day.